I don't know. I have not seen a logical reason not to. I have not seen a logical explanation as to why you'd vote no on 205. And, my thing is don't vote yes simply because you just want to get high. Vote yes because you actually know what's going on. For the majority of people, they don't even know why weed is illegal. Weed is illegal. It was made illegal. I forget the year, but back in the way day, it was made illegal because at the time, the politicians who had money invested in the lumber industry were losing money off of the hemp. Hemp, for those who don't know, is probably the most resourceful resource that we have. Paper. It lasts something like 20 years longer than conventional paper that we use. Clothing, just all these different fabrics that you can do, all these different things you can do with hemp. Well, they were losing money based on the fact that it was replacing lumber for things like paper. So when you're losing money, you're a lawmaker. What do? You outlaw what's costing you money. Lumber industry kicks right back up like nothing ever happened. Now, the University of Washington, Seattle, every year, they send a request to the CDC, the Center of Disease Control, and, they are the ones that can give permission for testing for different shit. So they hit the CDC every year, and they asked for permission to test marijuana for any medicinal purposes, because according to the federal government, there are none. Well, CDC's response is the same every year, and what it is no. There is no proven indications that there are medicinal purposes to marijuana. The fucked up part is they're not allowing people to test to discover those medicinal purposes. What the fuck? What the fuck? You're not allowing them to test it, but yet you want to say no because there's no proof, but yet they're trying to test for proof, but yet you won't let them test to you. That's asinine. Completely asinine. Now, I know firsthand, when I used to, in Washington, when I lived in Washington when it was legally medicinally, not recreationally. Well, I was dealing with real patients. Leukemia, MS, cancer, things of that nature. And yes, I have chronic asthma myself. I was a patient. I've literally been hospitalized. It's not just something where I'm just fucking out of shape, like most people who say they have asthma. No, I actually just recently, a couple months ago, I was almost hospitalized for it, and I've spent overnights because of it. And what it does is it opens up your capillaries. Capillaries open up, they allow for a larger oxygen intake, and then you're also able to get rid of carbon dioxide, which in turn leaves more room in your blood for oxygen. By opening up your capillaries, it helps to open up your lungs and so forth. I was dealing with patients who literally thanked us. At first I thought the whole medicinal thing was just a cover, just let's get past the government, let's do this so we can smoke it. It actually legitimately helped patients. And then on my 25th birthday, one of my farms got raided by the DEA and such, and then subsequently my house ended up getting raided where I was growing it, and then dealt with the legal fallout from that. Luckily, at the time, the state of Washington and the federal government was in a pissing contest, so the county knew nothing about it, the state knew nothing about these raids or anything, and they contacted the DEA, the federal prosecution office, and told them that they would be helping us with our defense. If the federal government decided to continue with charges, they opted not to. So I got real lucky there. But me and my business partners, we were there in the front lines to help spearhead the medicinal marijuana community in Spokane, Washington. So, you know, I've dealt with this shit. You know, I've researched it. I've had long ass meetings, both private and political, and so vote yes on 205. It's something that, you know, some people can't afford a $250 fucking prescription. Like, that is complete bullshit. That is the fucking people trying to take advantage of the system. That is the people trying to make money off the medicinal marijuana. Those are the fucking rat bastards. You know, typically people who need it aren't going to have disposable income like that. Insurance doesn't cover it. So fuck you if you are one of those people. Now, I know there are different programs and people who are legitimately trying to help patients. Now, as far as I know, and I could be wrong because I haven't researched the state of Arizona medicinal law for licensing, but I know with some states, for medicinal, they actually have a whole bunch of fees associated with getting a card, and that's what drives up the prices. Now, if that's the case here, then that's complete horse shit, and it shouldn't be that way. If it isn't the case, then, again, fuck off. So like I was saying, you know, my 25th birthday I was spent with the Federal Alphabet Soup trying to sort out some shit. So what you're going to hear now is a track of mine that I did that same night. It's a remake of Mac Dre's Back in the Hood, and it's just, without directly talking, it speaks on the topic. So go ahead, listen to this shit. Again, you know, I just want to thank, you know, Donnie for giving me this opportunity to get my music out there, but also get my opinion out there, helping me, you know, help me help you guys. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, you can find me on Facebook, on my personal Facebook, Tommy Rica, or, you know, I'm all over social media, The Train 707, or Train 707, all that shit. You know, I want to give a final shout out to, you know, ArizonaMixtapes.com. You know, we got the award show coming up December 10th at Club Red. You know, we got the Hip Hop Festival, RTU putting on the Hip Hop Festival next, well, it'll be the 19th. So go check that out. A lot of big things happening. My phones are going off, you know, so any artists that need help getting their music out there, distribution, getting mixing, getting mastering, all that shit there, studio time, all that artwork, all that, come to me, hit me up. I'll get you taken care of one way or another. You know, they call me your plug's favorite plug for a goddamn reason. So again, just want to thank you guys for giving me this opportunity. So check out this track, Back in the Hood. You know, you heard my single Drippin' Wet. Catch that anywhere on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play. Listen to it for free on Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, all that shit. So again, thank you. It's your boy Train, that Cutty Cutthroat, and I'm out.
And for this final selection, make it real fun. Oh yeah. Now how about this?
On my place, man, the shit's kinda crazy. Now I'm being questioned by the DEA. How old am I? 25 today. Keep on asking, I got nothing to say. Asking where I work, how I make my pay. Don't worry about mine, just trip on yours. All in my shit with your big ass nose. Trying to get me behind federal doors. Thinking we the mob, bitch, do your job. Cartel on the move and you worry about me. Never mind the fact they taking AZ. Sitting there asking, what is PG? What do we do? Not pay a fee? The system shit. Murder's going home after a 10-year bid. Bootleg some socks where you're doing 20 years. Look in the mirrors, the biggest criminals got political careers. We're 2 fucking steps from a communist regime, a country founded by a criminal team. Shit's nothing new, it's just a new scheme. Be all you can, they feeding us a dream. Wake the fuck up and pay attention. People making money, keeping others in prison. Sounds fucked up, but
Yeah, it was good. That was on Train with his track called Drippin' Wet, and also he did a remake to a song called Back in the Hood. The next artist we have tonight is a female artist representing South Florida with her track called No Love for the Thoughts. Check it out.
You thought she was a lawyer, but hey boy, you fooling with it, that. In the day we call me out, so when she walk by, I be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I tried to put you on game. I guess you thought that I was hating. I'm trying to see what I and you still love that. And even after these text messages and all the screenshots, she lied. You invited her into your home. You felt her food, she met your mom. I seen the pics on my timeline, and that tried. We do know why. Now your heart broke, cause he's on the low. I ain't no cap, but I'ma let you know. You got the hope. No love for the dots. We bang them on the spot. But don't cover up. Cause he hot. No love for the dots. We bang them on the spot. Boy, don't cover up. Cause he hot.
I can understand where you going with this. Matter of fact, I know a couple people on my list. They was tripping, didn't even pay attention, and now they want tea, so they waiting by the kitchen. I was in your shoes, trying to tell the things that they do. Ain't nobody peep. Y'all was so surprised when you heard my shit. Like, damn dope, you really dropped that thought remix. I'm like, yeah, but don't forget this. Eyes on the money, fuck a bitch, and don't worry about dick. It's only one race, never had to chase a nigga. He was loving the crew and tried to get all with us. I'm a referee to the game. Niggas be trying to talk, I swear they all sound the same. They come and go, something like a stray cat. No love for the thoughts, well, we don't deal with splats. He tell me one thing and the next another. He wanna hit me and tell the next girl he love her. And I don't understand how he keep up with the lies, looking sideways when his both thoughts walk by. Tell him Frank.
No love for the dots.
It was good. That's the homegirl Lady Stunnez with her track called No Love for the Thoughts. That's going to be the ending for the night. I want to give my big shout out to the homie Train for showing love with both of his tracks, Drippin' Wet, and also his remake he did was Back in the Hood, and also support me, the audio, give me his input on the whole marijuana, just schooling people, you know what I'm saying. I learned a lot. And also the homegirl Lady Stunnez with her track No Love for the Thoughts, man. So thank you for showing love, all the support. Also, I want to give a shout out to the homie True 602, showing love, you know what I'm saying. I'm bumping his track right now called After Party. Also, he got a movement called City Vibe Entertainment. You know, he got his podcast popping off right now, and it's fire, so get at him with those features. And also, I want to give a shout out to Blurry Eye. I was bumping his track in the background, so called Whoa, one of my favorites. But like I said, get at your boy, and his purpose is podcast to kick back, blaze, and talk, and chill. So get at me. Go home.